John and I originally, for a school project, decided to award local businesses for their contributions to the community. We came across this wonderful business opportunity and surveyed over 170 people about their consumer habits. We were surprised when we asked them what would incentivize them more to shop at socially responsible businesses.
So some of the results you can see right here. I mean, for an open-ended question, additional comments about what would you do to support more socially responsible businesses, the answer was information. People just want information about what businesses are doing to be sustainable, how they're affecting the community, and are they attributing to any causes that particular person believes in.
So our solution is to provide businesses with accurate, detailed information about what exactly local businesses are doing for their community. So through our detailed evaluation process, we will publicize this information on our website and mobile application.
This will allow us to meet the needs of the consumer by providing the information that they want to see, and it will allow us to encourage socially responsible consumers and while encouraging more businesses to be socially sustainable. Now, Ali and I are the two founders and equal shareholders in DoGood. I'm right now pursuing BBA in Entrepreneurship and BBA in Finance. For the past 4 years, I've developed a background in Social Entrepreneurship, first as the founder and president of Students and Free Enterprise team on campus, and then secondly as the development assistant for the Wilson Center for Social Entrepreneurship. I've also been able to develop an extensive background in search engine optimization while working with a startup real estate firm.
And I'm pursuing a BA in Film Studies and a BBA in Business Management. I'm currently working on a project that is funded by the Office of Provost at Pace University, examining Pace's sustainability efforts to its dining hall services. I have a background in social media, and with my background, I will put out an effective campaign on social media, on Twitter and Facebook.
So looking at our competitive outlook, there are companies that already judge businesses based on how socially sustainable are. For example, Greenopia, Green America, and National Green Pages. But I mean, you do see a trend going on here. All these businesses are based on green. They don't take into account factors like employment sustainability. They don't take into account how they treat the local community in terms of donations or anything like that. And another thing is that none of these pages are fully searchable. You can't search for the businesses that receive the awards, and you can't really identify the places maybe that you want to go to lunch today or for dinner tomorrow night.
So what would their barriers to entry be to do that? So you said they're not doing that today. Let's say you launch Big Hit. Couldn't they just easily follow suit?
Well, I mean, what Ali's going to talk about now is our real key to success is the details behind our evaluation process. Like I said, for both of our extensive background in social entrepreneurship and social awareness, we've been able to put together a truly detailed list of all the best practices that a business can do. And like I said, this will kind of actually allow us to evaluate the true measures of how that business is affecting the overall community as a whole. So I mean, it'll be tough for them to kind of get all those other factors in and put that out there to the public.
You're going to score these businesses? Is there a scoring chart?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get into that in a little bit. It's going to basically be a 75% pass rate for our detailed checklist for them to either receive an award or be listed, and then all that information, like I said, is going to be posted on our website. So instead of, we won't talk about the things that they're not doing, but we're just going to talk about the positive effects of what they are doing for all those businesses that meet that 75% mark.
So if they fall under 75%,
they're not going to be awarded. I mean, what we'll do, we'll be working with that business. We're in the process of also putting together now a check, like a brochure of the steps that they can take to be more sustainable. So while we're there, we'll look through a list of the things that they're not doing and provide them with this list of stuff that they can do to actually increase their rating, and kind of we can reevaluate them once they know that they kind of meet the criteria.
So like John mentioned, we created our own evaluation process and kind of broken it down into these categories that we feel are most effective for a business to increase their sustainability ratings. With this information, we will publicize it on our website and our mobile application. Like John had mentioned, 75% of the checklist needs to be completed in order for the company to receive the award. And we will also go back later on and make sure we go through the checklist to evaluate the company and see whether or not they are doing what they say they're doing to avoid any greenwashing that the company may be committing.
Now, our marketing strategy, in the beginning, we're gonna use very low-cost guerrilla marketing. The biggest ad campaign that we're gonna have is the actual DoGood Award. The award's gonna be on the front door of all the locations that receive the award. And over time, we'll start getting recognition from New Yorkers, seeing this award on all their favorite establishments. Also, like I said, my background will allow me to launch an effective SEO campaign targeting keywords such as New York sustainable businesses. They get a lot of search, but right now, no results.
And yeah, we will put out, we'll use Twitter and Facebook and create videos to generate more awareness, using hashtags and search words and following certain users to kind of create a conversation over Facebook and Twitter.
So our business model, I know you're all thinking right now, great idea, but how the hell are they gonna make money? Well, first, we're gonna take an approach like Yelp. Right now, we have 40 specific keywords that we can use to feature certain businesses with matches a combination of locations with the type of businesses, as I said, just like Yelp would. So in the second year, when we plan to launch that, once we have enough users and businesses on the site, we'll feature businesses for $50 a week, the top results for these specific searches, such as,
And the businesses pay you $50 a week?
yes. So for a search term like restaurants in Lower Manhattan, that will be our specific keyword for that niche.
Yeah, restaurants donating to breast cancer, restaurants that are green or sustainable, different keywords. And then secondly, down the line, we plan to incorporate a section on our website that's just going to be based for companies and people to buy green products and sustainable products for their business so they can increase their DoGood rating. We plan to do this around our third year, at the same time kind of relocate and start thinking of different areas that can kind of grow outside of New York City, in a different city. We plan and project to raise about $2,500 a week in sales.
Okay, so, go,
Oh, sure.
slide there. So, you're saying year one, I know this is speculative, but,
Yes.
50, where do you feel you need to be in terms of users who are actively coming to your site, some type of traffic, to be able to then justify having these businesses
I mean,
pay you?
yeah, we would want to at least almost around like 5,000 visitors per month, and actually showing that these businesses are actually receiving traffic and improvement from the DoGood website. So we're testing right now with the business that we've already partnered with to kind of start seeing if this DoGood award is bringing in new traffic for them, and we'll monitor that throughout the first year to kind of prove to that through our sales and stuff. We'll be able to talk to the business saying that this is, being on this website has increased traffic for this business, more people have come, and that will be a key since it's a very, very targeted select group of users that actually care about this. Because just like Yelp, we're not searching for anything. People who are coming onto this website care about what they're doing, and if they see a business being featured, they're much more likely will see by how much in the future that they're gonna visit that featured business. Now, through Bruce's class, we've actually been able to implement this over the course of the past 4 weeks, 4 months. We knew in the beginning, with 4 months, we wanted to accomplish 4 goals. First, to develop this evaluation and checklist. Second, to launch and test the website. Third, list 10 businesses on the website. And fourth, register 25 users. Now, in terms of strategies that we want to accomplish in kind of every aspect of our business, first, we want to use a lean strategy where we'll be able to quickly implement all our ideas and then be able to test and pivot. And second, we want to be sustainable. We're grading a business on how sustainable they are. We want to be able to be sustainable ourselves. So in terms from our business cards to the awards we choose, everything is green, sustainable, and eco-friendly as we contribute back to the community.
Okay, so this is our evaluation checklist. Just to go over some things that you can kind of get an idea of what we actually look for. If the company is recycling their oil, if the restaurant is recycling their oil, if the furniture in the establishment is recycled or donated, if they have a compost, if they're making any in-kind donations, just to get a better idea of what exactly we look for. And over here you can see we have a DoGood approved section, so that we go back in and after the company has completed the checklist, we validate and make sure that they're actually doing what they say they're doing. This is a few versions of the awards we kind of went through. We've been working with a graphic designer. She came up with a logo for us. We put this award, John and I actually put this award together in Publisher. We went through a few versions and kind of came up with this square version over here. It's a little cleaner. The award is printed on 100% recyclable material from the lead printing company called Green Printer. Yep.
So this is the website. I mean, as you've seen from our backgrounds, neither of us have a background in programming or computer design, but Entrepreneurial, we were able to put a website up using WordPress and GeoTheme. So we've been able to develop a very user-friendly site that kind of meets all our needs. So you can see right now it's focused on New York. As we develop the site, there'll be pinpoints of the locations we're actually partnering with. It's in the working feature right now. And kind of the featured businesses will be listed on top and then everything here. It's easily searchable through the different terms that you're looking for, and then up here. So once somebody searches, they'll get a listing like this. The featured business will be gray on top with their DoGood rating underneath and some highlights of the things that they're actually doing. Users will be able to review the website, add it to their favorites as we start, and add a loyalty program onto the site.
So question is about
Sure.
one of the things you showed earlier, the form, is that there's 75 questions. How, I mean, I'm trying to understand, first, how scaled it is, but also, like, how do you even verify? Like, so that I can answer all those questions and say, yep, yeah, I'm green and I recycle all the time, but,
Of course.
yeah, how?
I mean, with New York City, it's easier. That's why we were talking about scalability and moving to different places. If I go back quickly, a lot of this is easily verifiable through the eye and through receipts of whether they actually make the right purchases. And in New York City, recycling has to be done by an outside party. So, like I said, that they have to have confirmation from a supplier who actually comes and collects their recycling. The same thing in terms of compost, in terms of the questions on here. Where is it? Recycling oil, somebody has to come and pick
So
that
you,
up.
what involves is, I mean, you guys, you have to physically be there at the location, go through the checklist, they show you, and they
Yes.
show you the receipts or the things to be able to verify.
Yes, initially that
Okay,
is the case.
sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't want to cut you.
Oh, no problem.
Now, I have a
Sure.
question also. So I noticed you had a URL, nycdogood.com.
Yeah.
You have dogood.com, you have other cities?
Yeah, I mean, DoGood.com is for sale right now. The problem is it's very, very expensive. It's for sale for like $75,000. So for the purpose of implementing it and doing everything right now, we have NYC DoGood and plan hopefully, I mean, as that negotiations go down, I'm sure the price will go down once they realize a lot of people won't pay that price. And like I said, we do hope to have DoGood.com. If not, we'll be able to transition
What are you gonna
using
do?
another way.
Philly, dogood.com, Boston, dogood.com?
I mean, if that's the case, I mean, we'd rather just have of course, DoGood.com, and then you'll have a city select, which right now we
But
do
in the
that.
meantime, if you can't get that, if you would.
Yeah, I mean, that is the plan as of right now, to have the city
It would
name
be
and then
subject to like
DoGood.
Boston, but.
Yeah,
And it costs $10 to register one of these names, so.
yeah, exactly. So right now, like I said, it's just nycdogood.com. Like I said, as we expand, hopefully within the next 2 years, we plan to look and get more. So here it was. And then through testing and stuff, we found out that we want to create a real social website so that people could actually share this stuff on Facebook and kind of getting a lot of traction, which like I said, is Ollie's specialty. So we've been able to kind of integrate with Facebook's API and everything. We have a Facebook Connect that kind of allow us to build a real solid user base.
So City Harvest is an organization, a nonprofit organization in New York City that recently developed a restaurant guide of about 2,000 or 1,000 businesses that donate around at least 5,000 pounds of food every year. So we've kind of gone through this list and reached out to a few businesses. These 3 businesses over here we've actually awarded. La Gringa is located in Brooklyn. It's a Tex-Mex restaurant. They recently had a Sandy relief benefit. They have a compost pile. All their deliveries are made on a bicycle. City Bakery is another organization in New York City that delivers everything on bicycle. They actually give discounts to anyone that arrives on a skateboard or on a bicycle. Just certain things that customers don't really know that shop at these places regularly. Moose Shoes recently did a adoption day where they brought in a whole bunch of animals that were kind of abandoned from Sandy, and their main purpose is that they sell 100% vegan products and animal food products. This is the checklist from La Gringa. Just to show you some of the things they do. They did a holiday toy drive. They give all the food at the end of the night to their employees instead of throwing it away. 50% of their food is purchased locally. Just some of the things to tell you.
And that was the interview you had with the manager, or?
With the owner.
The owner.
Yep. This is the actual establishment. Sorry, the photos are a little dark, but our award is up here. This is Bird Bath. It's the sister, the child company of City Bakery. And our award is up as well.
So now, like I said, using the lean business model, we've been able to get a lot of feedback for all of this implementation. And overall, we learned a few really main things.
Yeah, so the businesses are happy and excited to work with us.
And the ones that are unsustainable is the ones we're having the issue with right now. They're concerned about the questions not being answered, being publicized on the site, and thus getting a bad image rating.
Also, we recognize that businesses may not have a lot of time to actually sit down with us and complete the evaluations right there on the spot. So we're thinking of putting the evaluation on our website so that they can just go on, fill it out, send it to us, and we'll just review it, come back at another time.
And then 92% of the testers found the site easy to use and understand, but they would be much more willing to use it if it was a mobile app so they can find places near them, and it's just much more convenient to use. So now in terms of pivoting, we're going to take the stuff that we learned and pivot to make a more attractive model and to kind of tailor towards the businesses a little bit more.
Yep, and from what we recognize, we're going to put a disclaimer on our checklist to let the owners and the businesses know that this information is just for application purposes and what we put on our website. So they're a little more comfortable when filling out the checklist.
And the information that goes on the site will just be the positives and not the negatives. It won't be, we're not going to put the stuff that they didn't do, but it'll be a checklist of the stuff they actually did do. We're also going to add an electronic version of that checklist online so business can do it in their free time, and then we can assess whether or not to go visit that location, give it a more stringent evaluation.
And also finding a socially responsible business owner that we can kind of partner up with to sponsor us and to help us grow in the future.
We've been in contact with a few people right now. David Kistner is the CEO of Green Apple, and he's very involved with Sustainable New York. We've been in touch with him. He's excited about our business. And he's somebody that we really want to partner with to kind of give us some backing when we go into these restaurants, so we know that kind of this is a true evaluation and it's going to bring a lot of business for them. And also the fourth is obviously to obtain funding to build a mobile app. Neither of us know how to do it ourselves, and we're looking to, like I said, obtain funding in order to have that done hopefully within the next few months.
So other than the $50 fee that the establishments are going to pay, what other ways are being targeted to make money?
Yeah.
And a possible sponsorship?
Yeah, so I mean, there's three main ways we've decided right now. Obviously, we'll see more as we go, or what businesses need and don't need. We want to kind of look and work with the businesses to see what features they need. Whether, I mean, our initial idea was a loyalty program where consumers keep coming back because it's an area where Groupon and all these deal sites fail, and bringing these consumers back, so we want to try and incorporate that later on. Like I said, it's really kind of working with these businesses right now to see what elements they need and add those elements kind of to our services once kind of they're approved. We're trying to weigh out the flow because we don't want to seem like we're money hungry to consumers, because that will stop users from coming onto the site if they know that we're just trying to make money off businesses.
So predominantly restaurants you're targeting, or?
No, it's all types of businesses. I mean, initially, restaurants is a big category of it. They do a lot for the community, but also one of our partners right now will be Green Apple, who's a very green cleaner that kind of has the term like environmental and social kind of at like the heart of their business, which is David Kistner, as we were saying before.
What other establishments other than restaurants, like cleaners? Or
They're clothing companies.
Clothing companies. Moo Shoes is actually a shoe retailer that works kind of like with different types of animals and things like that. So it's kind of open to all types of businesses. I mean, every business
Some
could work
businesses
on
are
how they
gonna-
be sustainable.
It'll be easier for some than others. A restaurant may find more challenges.
Exactly, because there's much more things they have to do to to be sustainable, so, I mean, going into the future, we're gonna actually have different checklists based on the type of business that it